try again.
I've tried again. Right. Hello everybody and welcome to EPR round 12. And now it is working. There was a little bit of a stream issue, but we've got it back rolling on the air now. I will just quickly share the stream with everybody. Starting with the drivers. EPR Wario has joined back. You noticed that there has not been the biggest amount of attendance tonight. We're a little bit disappointed in that as well, but we should not need to worry about that too much, the attendance. Since it is the final race of the season, and in leagues a lot of people do seem to drop off because of the uninterest, because obviously they have not got much more to play for in the season. But luckily, basically all the drivers that have got stuff to play for have turned up tonight, which is very good. I thank them all for turning up in this race. But I am Sam. I am here with Cat named Minty, and we are your commentators for tonight around Bahrain.
VRT is starting. VRT Chapelele is starting his lap. I think he's the first one to start his lap. He's on the softs.
Let's go see where he is right now. He's on the soft tyres, that is correct. What's the strategy looking like then, Minty, for this race?
I think it's a one stop. Soft to mediums.
Soft
or
to mediums.
Mediums hard. I'm not sure. I can't remember.
There's quite a few people on hard tyres, so that just reveals that they have chosen a harder tyre allocation. That's the word I was looking for most of these drivers. Some are on softs though, so they're going for the moves quite early, potentially suggesting they've gone for a balanced or softer setup. Chapelele going quite wide here. He's got to be careful, and he goes into the corner quite well. He's come around the final few corners now. Well, still quite a way to the line, and he's always lost it on that corner. You know, if you get too much of the apex on that corner, you end up spinning. So you have to be very, very careful indeed. Hello, everybody. 5 viewers now into this with 4 minutes gone in qualifying. Chapelele coming around the final corner now. Let's see what lap time he can produce. Looks pretty decent. 1 minute 27.3. That's not a bad benchmark to beat. So far this season we have seen that people could produce better. I'm a D, 1 minute 28.8, but that is on the hard tyres. Let's just think about that. So it is a pretty decent lap time from I'm a D, because here he's on the hard tyres. Midnight 9 tenths off, but again he was on the hard tyres, so that just shows that maybe Chapelele, maybe it wasn't a great lap.
Dylan got invalidated, I think.
How's Tim doing right now? I don't know if he's invalidated. Don't look like he's invalidated. He's comes through the final corner. Dylan there, a little bit in the way, but not gonna hinder Tim. And Tim is 3 tenths off. Very close between the two. Billy sets the lap time as well.
On the softs will be at 26.
It should be a 26 indeed, in my opinion. I think the one man to get that probably would be Dylan. If we look at the time trial stats, he is 7 tenths plus from 1 minute 27. Just depends how much time you lose here from time trial to the qualifying. So next is hardline. Actually, Wario we're going to go on board with, since Wario is on an actual lap right now.
He went quite wide.
He went very wide there as well, but he's on the hard tyres, so respect the fact that he may not have the grip levels. But DRS open into turn, I think 4 now. Oh, he's gone very wide, and that's probably his lap ruined there around this corner.
Hit the wall.
Correct. Next is Hardline. He's on the out lap right now. No one's on competitive lap times really, except from Wario. But Wario has gone wide, so we're not going to really focus on him. We're going to just wait till Nexus Hardline comes around the final corners and goes on to a flying lap. But so far,
Billy has improved.
Billy's improved, and he's also had all sauce as well. So
on his soft, I think Clicks also has.
Yellow flag and set to free. Not sure who that might be towards, but Dylan's on.
That is for Tim, I think.
Dylan is on an out lap right now. Next is Hardline's out lap. This is the guy who we want to watch right now, though, because he has got fresh softs on right now, and looks like he could definitely do Good one. Yes, Wim Tentink, Tim Wentink, or that's just Racing Kid NL. That is Super Guy, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but seems like it. The NL bit got me. Although other people may have the NL. Chapelele on pole at the moment. Tim in second, but a lot of drivers have set lap times on the hards behind. Midnight and Matt being the guys who we're on about. And right now, we've got so many comments. We've got another comment from Racing Kid NL, who I'm going to assume who it is, but I'm not going to say who it is since it might not be him. Tony's actually retired for the session, by the way, so he must have crashed out somewhere, and most likely it may have been here. But we've now got 7 viewers now, so welcome everybody to the finale race of the season. Nexus Hardline right now is on a lap time. Looks pretty decent so far, but has he got enough to beat Chapelele's time? Sectors 2 and 3 have got yellow flag. This comes around the final corner. DRS straight open right now.
It won't be the fastest lap.
No, it won't. It's third place, but it's not the greatest of laps. If you look how close it is between him and Midnight, it's not that far. Dylan is on a lap right now. He's actually on the hard set of tyres, so that's interesting to go with 10 minutes to go. So he does have enough time to put on the softs. Maybe is he going for like some sort of reverse strategy? VRT TV has turned up, so they will be supporting Midnight tonight. Obviously, because Midnight could win the championship, and Dylan there very slidey, and
they could also be supporting Chapelele. Who knows?
Obviously, of course, we don't forget about Chapelele because obviously he's VRT as well. But right now, it's for the championship fight. At the moment, Midnight is 4th place, but he has set the hard tyres on at the moment, so he's faster than the hard runners. Plix is on the mediums. Well, he fitted the mediums, but hasn't set a lap time on them yet. It hasn't come out on them yet. But Dylan is on a lap right now. He's already messed up his lap slightly, so I want to see what he can do after that.
Yellow flags in section 1. I don't know what that's for.
Neither do I, and that's probably nothing too interesting. Chapelele is on a lap time. We'll check that out just straight after this. Dylan goes fifth. Despite all what happened there in turn 8, or I think it's turn 8, yes, I'm pretty sure it was. He did pretty well, as we are on board with Chapelele now coming through the final sector right now. Let's see if he's up or down at the moment. He is up by half a second. That's good. So VRT TV has said, good luck to all the drivers racing tonight. I hope everything is well with the comms and the lead. I believe everything is going pretty well right now. But obviously a poor turnout tonight. We do get better turnouts usually than this, but
26.8 by Chapelele.
Oh, there we go. The first person in the 1 minute 26 is VRT Chapelele, one of your drivers. Must be very interesting to see how fast he is. We're still waiting for Midnight. Midnight is still on those hard tyres that he set lap times on. Don't know really what he's planning. It's probably a different strategy at the moment. Who is on a fresh lap right
Tim
now?
is starting his lap on the softs.
This is going to be interesting. We're going to go on board with Tim right now. He's 8 tenths off Chapelele after Chapelele's approval. But let's see what happens with Tim. Let's see how he does. A little bit slidey out of turn 2. He seems to be going still pretty well. Let's see how sector 1 goes, because I believe it just finishes here. Let's see if he's up or down. He's up. Very small amount though, so he needs to improve. Have a good sector 2 here if he ever wants to have a chance at battling Chapelele for the provisional pole right now. Some guys going on the medium tyres. That's Plix down in 9th place. Billy has fitted in. Tim's gone wide. That is Tim's lap done. We're going to go straight to Plix. That is also going wide, but he's on an outlap anyway. But Plix at the moment is on a flying lap. Let's see how he does. I don't know what his sector 1 is at the moment, but he should be up, since I believe his fastest on hard tyres. Coming through this dreaded turn 10 corner. He doesn't lock up. Does pretty well, Plix. So he goes into DRS now, wide open. There's a car ahead of him, maybe not close enough to get any sort of tow at all. He's looking pretty good on this lap. Let's see if he's up or down. He should be up. Let's see. And he is up by 4 tenths. Where that will put him right now, that put him ahead of Dylan at the moment. But obviously Dylan set his fastest lap time on the hards. He has fitted the mediums though, so he's set to go out on the medium tyres. But a few guys on the softs, interesting strategy there. Minty said earlier it was a soft medium, but I believe it was something a little bit more, because it says I swear the tyre deg was worse at Bahrain than you think. Klix goes 5th place like I suggested he would. At the moment, Imad is on a lap time now. Let's go on board with Imad at the moment. Next to Tarlo's come out on another set of softs. Imad is 1.999 seconds off Chapelele at the moment, setting that lap time on hards. See how the mediums go for him as he goes down to turn 10 right now. As he goes into gear 2, a little bit, maybe a little bit poor there for entry in terms of for Imad, but we respect him. Up to gear 8 now, doing very well, coming into the final sector in a minute. See if he's up or down. He should be up, because he did start his lap times on the hards. To see what it is, he's up by 6 tenths and he's locked up a lot there and has that compromised his lap quite a bit, I have to say. But it's going to be an interesting strategy in the racing, because everyone's going mediums except for Nexus Hardline and Chapelele. But Tim probably can't improve on his soft lap time, so he'll have to start on the softs as well. So Imad coming to the line. He has improved by 8 tenths despite that lockup, so he's up to 4th place, and it is currently right now a second row for Red Bull. Pretty decent.
1 tenth off Hardline, who's on the softs.
Exactly, it's very close. If Imad can come in and go on to a soft set, if maybe he can do. He's got 4 minutes to go, so he does have time to do so. Who is on a lap time right now then? EPR Wario is on a lap time right now. He's coming through the final sector. Let's see how it's going right now. Is he up or down? He should be up. He's up by 3 seconds. That's still quite a lot of margin ahead though, considering he's on the medium tyres, and Gavin obviously in 10th. That's poor from Gavin in my opinion. Wasn't expecting him to be down in 10th place behind Billy at this current point. Other people's on lap times, but let's see how Wario's going to finish, and then we'll go on board with Dylan. Wario finishes.
Finishing his lap.
Hardline is finishing his lap. Dylan's invalidated, so Dylan's got barely enough time to get back to the pits. So this is interesting. The two championship leaders at the moment struggling really to show anything better, but Chapelele goes past. He's on an outlap right now, so wasn't compromised. I'm going to go on board with Matthew, who's just behind Dylan actually. He's invalidated as well, as you could just tell there. Obviously he's looking to get back to the pits as quick as possible. Chapelele kind of right in front of Dylan, so Dylan's probably trying to keep with him, but have to come back into the pits in my opinion. What on earth happened there? I do not know. No one is on a lap right now competitively. I guess Imad could. Wrong person. Imad's actually... Yep, he's into the pits. Never mind then. So we are going to go on board with Chapelele then, since he is about to start on a flying lap in a minute. So VRT TV has sent another message. Tweet has just been posted. Hopefully we can get a few more viewers and people interested in the league. Thank you so much, mate. Much appreciated. Anybody who retweets, likes, or shares the league in general is doing great. Imad locked up on his fastest lap. Yes, we saw that as well. So that was very unfortunate for you. But thank you very much, VRT. The more you share and everything, it's better for us. But at the moment, it's looking good for your two guys. Better than a lot of the guys at the moment. But Midnight down in 5th place. If this was the results at the end of the race, I believe he would be champion, because he's got more points than Dylan in general sense. But it depends how Dylan does, because he's on all laps. So he'll start 7th as it looks like. Midnight is on an out lap, but we're going to stick on board with Chapelele because he's on the soft tyres. See how he's doing. Tim's on the medium,
so his fastest lap is on the soft. So
It's going to be interesting to see if he can beat that then. He is 8 tenths behind, so that is possible in my opinion. Depends on how he does, but Chapelele coming round to maybe start sector 3 at the end of sector 2. We'll see if he's up or down. If he's up, that'll be splendid. He has been a qualifying geek this season. He's only just about down, so a good last sector would be obviously perfect for him. Potentially what he might get, because he's got a toe from Tim here. This is interesting. Tim's going to back away, but Chapelele has been able to get a toe from Tim and may even improve his lap a little bit more. I don't know what's happened to Tim there. Is he just him backing away? But let's see how Chapelele does. And he's a little bit down, and Dylan set a lap time. Puts him second. Now we switch our attention to Midnight, who's now about to start a lap. This is going to be interesting. He's getting the toe from Tim there. Brilliant strategy there from. But has that compromised his first sector already? We don't know. Comes round to the first corner, trying to beat Dylan's lap time. He's 5 tenths off Chapelele. So Chapelele looking positive here. But here comes Midnight, setting probably his first real competitive lap. He's a second and a half down on Chapelele's time. But VRT Midnight will look to get up the grid furthermore. As he comes through these S's right now, coming into the twisty section of turns 8, 9 and 10. A little bit of a lock up there. Surely that hasn't hindered his lap too much. How is this corner going to go? A lot of wheel drivers, especially who have no ABS, do struggle down that section, but he's got through it just fine. As he comes to the sector 2 now, round turn 11. Let's see how he does. Don't get too much of the apex here. He's got none of the apex, but a pretty decent line as well. He's 1 second up. So right now he is faster than Dylan. Let's see how he does. He's got a little bit of a toe here from VRT Chapelele. So VRT probably working as an esports team, not as teammates in this league. Chapelele's got absolutely dashing off. And oh, Midnight. Oh, he's lost it. What's that done for his lap time? I don't know if he's beaten Dylan's there. He has beaten Dylan's. Wow, I mean that may have stopped him from maybe getting a chance at pole, because he got a hell of a lap there going when Chapelele gave him the boost of slipstream. But he still finishes second despite that last minute moment there where he almost lost the car completely. But he starts second as it stands. Dylan's retired, so he will be starting behind the championship leader. Great start for Midnight, but as it looks like right now, unless I'm a D could do anything, I doubt Plix can, but unless I'm a D can do anything, Chapelele has pole and has that pole position point and will be on 20 points for the season. It's been a disappointing season for Chapelele, but there we go. VRT has said words may be had. Is that maybe down to Chapelele's ending there? Maybe a little
VRT
bit unprofessional, but VRT front row beating everyone else out at this current point, and I'm a D. I'm guessing he is invalidated. Plix is retired. Matt's on the outlap right now, but he obviously won't be able to set a lap time, so it's disappointing to qualify from Matthew there. I was expecting him to be higher. He is actually fourth though. Don't know why that is. Maybe that was a little bit of a glitch with the system. It's going pretty well so far. So we have the two VRT guys on the front row. Chapelele first, Midnight in second, Dylan in third, Matt fourth, Gavin fifth, Tim sixth, Hardline in seventh, and I'm a D in eighth. So the two Red Bulls actually start at the fourth row, not the second row. Plix in ninth, Widelow Billy 10th, Tony first and 11th, and EPR Warrior starting from the back of the grid. But what a qualifying that was there from Midnight right at the end there. Are you there, Minty? Or have you disappeared?
Yeah, I am.
I was wanting your verdict on your qualifying session, but you were not listening. Oh, well.
Sorry, I was just retweeting everything.
Fair enough. Imadi wanted to start on the medium tyres, so that is fair enough, even though he could have got pole position there, but he's got to try and do something very sneaky there and maybe do a reverse strategy. I don't know what the tyre strategy is here, because I haven't raced in Bahrain personally in a long time. These guys probably have in the last 2 or 3 weeks or so, some of them. You never know when Bahrain is on the calendar of any racing league. But for this one, probably a very not unique position, but probably a very different position at the end of the season under the floodlights. So there will be fireworks at the end of this. So that's partially the reason why we chose it as the final trap. But usually, Bahrain does spark good racing, so hopefully we see that here tonight. As we go to the formation lap with Chapelele obviously on pole position, a VRT front row. That is just what VRT wants to see from their drivers. First and second place at this current point, and also at this current point, the live championship shows that Midnight is the champion of EPR season 1. He is the inaugural champion so far, but who knows what's going to happen. Minty said some sort of prediction, which kind of could happen, involving one of the championship leaders. One of them will get damaged into turn 1, and that could be absolutely crucial to one of these drivers' hopes for the championship. It could absolutely be a very interesting race indeed at this current point, but VRT front row, TTG, D Warren in third place, Matt up to 4th as well, Gavin 5th, Tim 6th. There's a third row lockout for Renault. Tim and Gavin have been relatively close to pace throughout the season. Tim's got the race win though, but Gavin's got more podiums. Hardline's new to the league. He's his second race of the season, I believe. It's a 4th row though for Red Bull. The 2 Mercedes down quite low though as well, which kind of surprised me, to be honest with you. Down in 9th and 11th, I was expecting more from them.
That one of the Mercs will get a podium or something like that.
I said that I had faith in Tony for this race to get a third place, and oh my word, that's a bit embarrassing, isn't it? I believe Tim spun there, and he's actually been put on the grid. I don't know what's happened there. Anyway,
well, interesting tyre strategy.
Right,
lots of people on the mediums, 5 on the softs.
So everyone's everywhere. What on earth is going on at the back here? One of the Mercedes is completely everywhere at the moment. I have no idea what's going on with that Mercedes, but it should at least be at the point where the AI takes over by now. So where all these guys are, I do not know. But Chapelele is now coming to the line and coming to stop. It's looking pretty good though for Chapelele at the moment. Second place Midnight still getting into his grid spot. Third place Dylan at the moment. Matt in 4th. Very close between all these drivers, but as we light up our engines and get ready for the final race of the season, and it's done this every single race, but they'll get ready anyway. And the lights are actually out for the finale race of the season. It's a good start from Chapelele. A disappointing start from Midnight there. Dylan is alongside him, but Midnight is very close between them. And at the moment on the outside, Midnight goes a little bit wide there. Very close between all of them, and everyone behind them as well is very packed. And look at this battle between the Mercedes and the Renault at the moment. Look at this, and the Mercedes is on the outside. He's not going to get past Tim just yet, and maybe even the Red Bull gets past him as well. Goes very wide, and Plix is down to 8th place now. Hardline up to 7th. He's back into his position, I believe. Imadi's down to 12th. I don't know what's happened to Imadi, but he's right at the back now, fighting with EPR Wario. And down the inside, maybe not, no. And Tony's actually been hit by Billy there. Now he's very close, battling with D at the moment for 11th place. Not much at stake here, but everyone's got a lot of damage into this corner. Not what we want to see, but turn 10 is havoc. Chapelele keeps his lead, 6/10 ahead of Midnight, and Dylan just behind as well. Matt just behind Dylan as well. So it's very close between the top 5 and 6 at the moment. But look at the 2 Renaults behind, prancing closer to Matthew at this current point.
It's been a relatively clean start, except from turn 10.
Turn 10 was a bit of a disaster for some drivers towards the back. And look at this move. What a move there. And Gavin just literally fell out of it there. And Tim very close to smashing into Gavin, and Chapelele obviously sets the fastest lap, but it's the first lap, so he's going to. Midnight's got away from Dylan there, so Midnight is doing pretty well, and he's sticking right behind Chapelele. What is Chapelele going to do at the moment? But these two are very close between each other. And at the moment,
interesting going further into the race.
It definitely
Dylan
is.
is dropping back
It definitely
just
is.
above the
Look
base.
at Chapelele. He's kind of got caught up a little bit, but Midnight here. These two did talk about before the race that maybe they were hinting that they may help each other. So, as an esports team, they may help each other, which is obviously a big minus for Dylan there. But these two staying rather competitive at the front. Dylan falling back a little bit. He needs to catch up a little bit to Midnight. It's not what he's doing right now, but Chapelele on the soft tyres, so I'm surprised he hasn't got away from Midnight. Disappointed start from Chap if you think about what tyres they are using. Tim down in... No, Tim is up to 5th actually, past Gavin. How's Gavin responded to that? Gavin is now half a second behind, so not probably what Gavin wanted. Tim is catching up to Matt now, but no one will have DRS until the next lap, so we'll just have to wait till that happens and see what happens with the front two runners. And obviously Dylan is well away at the moment, but look at Tim here. He's got a little bit of lag right there.
Dylan
Midnight's...
will have DRS.
No, it won't have DRS. That's what I was on about. These two at the front would probably be happy just to share each other's DRS and keep passing each other and get away from Dylan, because Dylan's also going to have trouble with Matt on DRS.
Ooh, Gavin going onto the gravel.
Gavin's has he? And Gavin's down to 10th because of that. He's actually down to 11th as well. Hardline's in the pits. I don't know what's happened to Hardline. I believe he must have been the one then with the damage. Alpumat MK has joined, and we are aware of that. Matt asked if he could join, but he's joined a little bit too late. Maybe let's just say over 20 minutes late. But anyways, so these two very close at the front. Midnight will have DRS. Chapelele's getting away. We would expect that. Billy's gone wide as well, but look at this. Dylan just behind. Still behind, but not... I said just behind. He's not really just behind, but at the moment Matt is kind of sticking behind him in his DRS, but that's about it. Tim 5 tenths behind. It's not very close, and Hardline's retired from the session.
Oh, that's why little Billy, he has spun.
He's spun, has he? Oh, and he's done the thing.
After contact with Tony, I think.
Oh, that's disappointing for Billy, and Billy's left the session in frustration as well, unfortunately for him. So now only 10 drivers remaining in this race. It's kind of a disappointing turnout, as I said earlier. Not what we were expecting, but anyways. At the moment, Chapelele, Midnight, Dylan, all the top 3 at the moment, starting to form gaps a little bit. But Tim is just behind Matt. He will have DRS. Let's see what Tim does here with Matt. He's not going to do much. Hardline's left the session right now, but Matt and Tim are very close right now. Let's see how these two go, because the front two right now don't seem to be bothering each other too much. They may do into the next DRS section. We will make sure that we see that as well. Tim a little bit lost time for Matt there, but let's see what he can do onto this, because he will have DRS here. Dylan will not have DRS, Matt will not have DRS either, so that's interesting to see. Tim has actually got further away, and Midnight, like I said, has not made a move on Shap, particularly probably down to the fact the tyres each driver is got on right now. Shap's got the softs, Midnight's got the medium, so Shap is going to be in much earlier than Midnight.
I just want to point out, second half of Red Bull's season hasn't been the best.
No, it hasn't.
To the first half.
The first half was much better, and obviously they're fighting for second place in the constructors right now. I don't know.
It's Racing Point right now on top.
Yeah, with Gavin down in 10th, but let's see what Gavin could do, because Gavin has been known for his recoveries this season. Oh, Tim tried eye up a move for Matt. He still might do actually around this next DRS zone here. These two are very, very close between each other. Matt versus Tim here. What's Tim going to do? Is Tim going to try and make a move? It's close, but he's going to keep it conservative just right now. But sector 2 is where Matt has benefited from more than Tim, as we saw on the last lap, and right now you're seeing as well.
I'm quite disappointed with the soft runners. They're not doing the best.
Yeah,
Harding.
I could kind of agree with you. Chapelele, I was expecting to get well away from Midnight by now, but Midnight has kept with him. Tim has just not got past Matt, but he has got past Gavin with a sensational move earlier, so that's a pretty decent move from him. Plick's behind though is losing a lot of time to him, and it's almost 2 seconds behind. But look at this, Matt and Tim very close between each other. And let's go.
Tim quite. He's backing off a bit. He's not going for the dive bomb straight away.
He does realise there's a lot of time. There's still 24 laps to go. Obviously, well, 23 pretty much now to go in this race. So he's got a lot of time to make up on that. And obviously the pit stop as well. He will have an earlier pit stop, which does mean he could potentially get the undercut. So hopefully for him, it looks good.
I think Matt is running way lower wings than Tim because Tim just can't catch up.
It does look like like that indeed at the moment, but Tim just has DRS, but he just can't catch up with Matt there. If you know what I mean, like even with DRS, Tim is struggling to find more pace than Matt at the moment. Let's move back to the front of the grid right now, where Midnight is closing in just slightly on Chapelele. Whether he'll make a move on this lap, he's kind of got a little bit of oversteer there into turn
Midnight
10 now.
He's just in the DRS train. He has 90% ERS.
Yeah, look
while
at Dylan.
Dylan has 45%.
Well, Dylan needs to catch up immediately as soon as possible, but Midnight is loving this right now. Look at that. He's not even using any ERS at all. Well, now he is, obviously, but he wasn't beforehand.
Chapelele.
Yeah, they're just enjoying each other in DRS trains, as it looks like.
The VRT lads, great on ERS management.
They're working very well together indeed, like they said they would at the start of the race. Whether it was true or not, we were still yet to see, but it looks like it is true at the moment. It's just behind Chapelele. Whether he'll make a move on this DRS straight now, it looks like he's going to. Shap's going to easily let him pass, not going to defend right now. It's probably because his tyres are starting to become a little bit more written now, and obviously it's going to be more difficult for him to really make up the time like Midnight. He's let him pass, but what's he going to do with Dylan? Because Dylan is probably going to close in more now. Dylan really needs to save ERS, which is what he's doing right now, but it's down to 24. It's not the best at all.
Could this be Chapelele's James situation?
Well, I doubt it because they're not even teammates, but they are obviously esports teammates in VRT, but they're not teammates at all because Racing Point and Haas are two completely different teams. But then behind is obviously Dylan, the biggest rival to Midnight in this championship, and obviously with a win here, Dylan would obviously need the fastest lap as well if Midnight was to get second place. If we look at it right now though, Dylan is getting nowhere near Chapelele. He's 1.5 seconds behind him, nowhere near in trouble for DRS, and these two are just enjoying it up front, well away from Dylan right now, and Matt is also starting to fall off from Dylan. So Dylan, he is starting to push a little bit, but not enough to catch the two VRT guys ahead. Tim right now is also a second behind. There's a lot of gaps starting to form here, which is quite disappointing, I have to say. But at the moment, the battle for second place in the constructors is on right now because Tim is doing pretty well, but it looks like Midnight's got it all covered at the moment though. For third place, I think Renault may secure it, but actually Tim's coming into the pits, so he's the first soft runner and the first runner in general really to come into the pits. Let's see how others will react.
Oh, they're not ready for him.
They're not ready for him. Wait,
never mind. My camera just mad.
Oh well.
Because it showed the mechanics going out of the garage.
So Chapelele in second place right now, keeping 1.4 seconds ahead of Dylan. Dylan caught up a lot there. If you just noticed the interval there, I don't know if Dylan will be within a second soon though, because Chapelele's tyres are obviously going to get worse as the laps go on. Dylan at the moment, his tyres, they look okay. I don't know what his tyres, obviously, what percentage they're at. They should be fine though, since they are the mediums and they should last way longer than the softs.
Dylan was using hot clap and overtake just there in sector 2. Shows that he's really pushing.
Chapalili's still close to Midnight, so this isn't really helping Midnight too much, especially if Dylan gets into DRS territory. He won't get it here because obviously there's no DRS section here, but on the next corner onto the back straight he will do. Well, he might not do, but he would have done if he was within a second. Chapalili's still a little bit back from Midnight, but no worries to him. Is he going to try and make a move on Midnight? He's catching up to him very slowly as Dylan sets the fastest lap in that Scuderia Ferrari, so it shows that he is on the pace right now, but he's lost a lot of time on that straight. Obviously, most likely to do with the fact that Chapalili had DRS, but now here comes the charge again. Look at Dylan, 1.1 seconds from 1.4 in the matter of 2 corners, just showing how much those soft tyres are starting to lose grip now. But Midnight's not getting away from Chapalili, so Midnight's kind of probably being a bit conservative right now, and correct he is, but it might be down to the fact that it's only this corner. Let's see how Dylan's doing. He's breaking a lot later. He is an overtake indeed, and he's now within a second of Shap. Can he get that through the detection zone? Obviously, he will have DRS as it looks like, but it won't be enough to really catch Shap yet. It won't be enough to catch Chapalili though, as it looks like. Chapalili going very strong in second place, but Midnight is still leading this race, and Dylan's gone off. He's got a little bit of oversteer there as it looks like, and he's had to back out there, but it hasn't hindered him too much as it looks like. He went a little bit wide there, but he kept the car. Very good from Dylan there, and he had almost an Radion moment again where he went wide, but he didn't lose the car. He's coming into pits now. This is an interesting strategy here.
Overheated.
Maybe perhaps he wants to go on to an alternate strategy, go on to the hard tyres as early as possible. I don't know how long the mediums can last on this track, but Chapalili is still going on the
last 12 laps.
Well, Chapalili is still going on softs. He's doing a pretty good job right now on them. Matt is just behind, but is 2 seconds behind. Chapalili losing the car a bit all over the place there. He needs to sort himself out, and look at that, he's gone well off. What on earth's happened to him? He's absolutely... What on earth happened to him there? Went absolutely crazy there, and he's gone off, and Wario's got the fastest lap there. That's interesting to see. But Chapalili has completely bottled it. No idea what he just done there, but completely lost the car, and Matt had a similar thing there after turn 10.
And goes with his name, VRT Bottlele on Twitter.
Oh yeah, of course. The man doing very well so far in the season.
I'm not sure what's happening.
What do you mean?
Oh, Dylan was very close to colliding with him.
Very close indeed. Where is Chapalili? What on earth is he doing? Where is he going? I don't know what he's doing there at all. He's gone a little bit.
Celebrating the end of the season.
Must look like it, but he's down to 9th place.
I think he has a puncher. Yeah, he does.
He has a puncher? Wait, what? Oh, he's gone too long on the softs. That's what's happened. Oh no, and he's got all this time to get back to
rear left.
Yeah, I've just seen that. I was like, what's going on there? But no.
I saw him fighting with his steering wheel, and then they went onto the off-board camera and they saw his car was tilted.
Oh my god, that's a bit of a dramatic moment. We haven't seen anyone get a puncher. That's the first time we've seen it this season. The two Mercedes are 1 and 2 right now, but obviously you've got to take in consideration that they have not pitted yet. Midnight's pitted.
Just pitted.
Dylan's pitted. He's actually right behind Midnight though, if you look. He's not that far. Maybe not right behind. Was a bit of an over-exaggeration, but he's not far behind. He's gained a little bit on him, yes. He's probably gained about 5/10 because obviously beforehand it was between this and obviously Chapalili beforehand, but Chapalili's completely screwed up his strategy to go long on the softs and held Midnight because it doesn't look like that's going to happen anymore. Dylan probably has the freedom to catch up with Midnight now and see what he can do in these next couple of laps. He's only 11 laps in though, so he's got a lot of time on his hands. So does Midnight as well. Let's see how these two do. They both have Dylan will have DRS though, because he's just about in DRS zone. He's not going to catch up much though, since he is 9/10 behind. Let's keep on board with Dylan though, because it's going to be very close between these two at first. 7 tenths between the two of them at the moment. Dylan just behind Midnight. And as Plix has pitted, Tony stays out, obviously doesn't want a double stack. I'm a D has stayed out as well. Dylan is now 7 tenths off Midnight, so he's catching Midnight very slowly. He will have DRS maybe to help him, but what's Midnight got? He's got more ERS.
That's the fastest lap.
That is the fastest lap indeed on the hard tyres as well. 1 minute 30.9. That's a very decent lap, and look how late he was on the brakes. And has that benefited him more? Look how close he's getting to Midnight now. 4 tenths between the two of them. 4 to 5 tenths. Chapelet. Carry on.
Does that mean if Dylan goes in front, it goes into P1 and Midnight goes into P2?
It still means that at the
on the same points.
They'll be tied on the same points, correct? Because obviously at the moment Dylan has the fastest lap as well, so that would be very interesting to see. But with that, Midnight will still be champion because at this current point he would have more podiums than Dylan. So Midnight will take the championship home with him. So Dylan must make sure that Midnight finishes below second, because at this point Midnight is looking almost but certain to win the championship. Now, since obviously Dylan did not achieve that pole position under the floodlights in qualifying earlier, obviously Chapelet got the pole position there, so he's got that point. Dylan would only be picking up 4 points more than Midnight if he was to pass Midnight over right now. So obviously Midnight will still be champion on virtue of how many podiums he has secured. See how close he'll get though now. Look at this. ERS, DRS as well. Midnight's going to defend. It's going to be very close. Let's see how Dylan makes this move. He's going on the outside. What's he going to try and do? Is he going to try and brake later, or is he going to just try and wait a little bit longer? Maybe a little bit of the switchback, but not going to work. Midnight defends pretty well there, but a little bit of a better exit from Dylan. Maybe not so much, but look at how much the defence is going here, and Dylan will have the inside line here. Very close, very good respect for the two drivers, so it's going to be very close. So they're on the hard tyres as well, so potentially a chance for a driver to lose all that grip after coming out of the corner under pressure, obviously, but it didn't happen. And Midnight still retains the lead, but let's see. But Dylan has the pace right now, despite him being on older tyres, but it doesn't matter since the hards barely lose any sort of movement. Oh, they've touched a little bit of contact. He's got a little bit of wing damage. Dylan's got a little bit of wing damage on there. Oh my god. It may have not been the first lap, but there is wing damage for one of the championship rivals. And what has this done for the championship in general? Because now Midnight should be able to get away. Because look, Dylan has to actually go off the pace there through that corner because of that wind damage, so he's going to lose a lot of time and momentum. So what's he going to do here now? Absolutely furious there, but turn 10 has played victim to many drivers in many leagues, and just on this game, terrible. He is going to come into the pits, but
this to have ended badly.
But what's he going to do though, Dylan? Is he going to go on to the mediums and going to try and resolve this? What's he going to do? Let's have a look. He's going on to another set of hards. So obviously he doesn't think that he can make it on mediums. But at the moment, Midnight looks like he will be winning the championship, and Matthew is a long way behind at the moment.
Drops down to P8.
You said about, by the way, you said about the Mercedes and everything, how they will not get a podium today. Look who is in 3rd and 4th place right now. Maybe a little bit of luck. Yeah. Oh, what's that?
Of course. Of most races without a podium.
Maybe a little bit of luck and fortune right now, but at the moment these two are doing pretty well. Tim is just behind Tony as well. He says he's on soft tyres. This game is quite broken, let's be completely honest with you. But he is on hard tyres. Don't be fazed by his soft tyres.
Dylan 30 seconds behind Midnight. This will be hard to catch up with.
Definitely would. He's got Wario ahead of him, who's on soft tyres. That's an interesting strategy. Go for a 2-stop, soft medium. Tim just behind Tony at the moment, but Tim doing completely all right. Tony though is getting away from him there. He got a better exit out of that corner, but Tim will have DRS again. It's going to be very close between these two indeed. And DRS wide open for Tim. What's he going to do? He's had a little bit of connection difficulties, as you just noticed there. He started and skipped a little bit. Tony at the moment though keeping his position in 4th. Tim's not close enough, but he will have DRS as well just after here as well. How is his exit here? Kind of the same as Tony's. Probably does not have enough momentum to catch up. Let's see what he can do. He does close in a lot, but not enough to overtake.
We'll wait for the second DRS zone. Tony has 40% DRS, while Tim has saved up a lot.
So Midnight still leading this race pretty convincingly over Matt now. Obviously, if you've just joined us, just want to make you aware, Dylan has had to come into the pits again because of what happened with him and Midnight down at turn 10. A little bit late braking for Dylan kind of cost him, and he's lost his front wing a little bit, and he had to come into the pits and has ended up resulting him down in 9th place. Chapelele had a puncher, hence why he's down in 10th place as well. Gavin's up to 7th place, a pretty decent race for Gavin considering that he was at 10th at the start of the race. But at the moment, it looks like it's Midnight's win unless anything skeptical happens. Who knows, it can happen. Anything can happen these days in any sort of scenario. At the moment, Matt in 2nd place, delivering those points for McLaren at the moment. The 2 Mercedes, 3rd and 4th. And Tim up to 5th as well. Tim's lost a lot of momentum from Tony the last time we were on board with him. Imad's actually right behind Tim as well, so Imad's caught right up as well. Just go on board with Imad at the moment. He will be picking up 4 points at this current point for Red Bull. He's had a decent race so far. Dylan is setting the pace indeed. I would have expected him to, obviously, but he's up to 8th place, just past Wario there, but Wario's gone into the pits again. Obviously, he's trying a different strategy to everyone else.
I think Mark will go 4th in the championship.
I believe so too. Maybe they might go 3rd though. I don't know what will happen with I'm not sure how many points is accumulated from each side, and I forgot the difference between the two of them. At the moment, all I know is that they do have the advantage because they've got 2 drivers, and those 2 drivers have the Red Bulls, and obviously the Renaults as well. Well, the Red Bulls has retired as well, so that's not helped Red Bull out at all. There's one big battle for 4th place at the moment. Tim keeps lagging a little bit. If you've noticed, just ahead, going forwards and backwards, and just not sticking to the position he's in. So a little bit of a problem there for Tim, but not really worrying anyone.
Dylan has only caught up by 1 second, which is quite worrying.
Quite worrying for his championship hopes indeed at the moment, but Imad and Tim both have DRS. Chapelele's retired for the session. He's done what he usually does and has probably bottled it in the wall or something. I don't know. It's probably just his race over though. Hopefully it doesn't bring out a safety car. It shouldn't do. Both Tim and D have DRS, but D does have a little bit of advantage there, but very close between the two. Midnight then 2 seconds ahead, 2.5 seconds ahead of Matthew. Matthew's nowhere really near at this current point. He's not really catching, not really losing time to Midnight. Plix is 7 seconds behind Matt as well, so he's lost quite a lot of ground. So let's see who has moved up places and down places. Plix moves up 6 places so far in this race. He's up from 9th to 3rd. Tony's picked up 7 places as well, so it's good for the 2 Mercedes right now, picking up so many places. A couple of drivers have gone down, such as Gavin and obviously Dylan for what happened with Dylan. Chapelele obviously retires from the session, but at the moment no real battles going on too much, except for this battle for 5th maybe. Imad will have DRS while Tim won't, so let's see what Imad can do. Get closer to Tim. About 4 tenths behind him. He's probably got a little bit more momentum as well. They both have got overtake on in their ERS, but DRS is the main factor for Imad as he's going to try and go around the outside. This could be an interesting move. Tim, I think, keeps it in 5th place Well, D down still in 6th place, but still very close as he'll add DRS again. He's not even going to use it though, as it looks like, because he's going to try and get the move done naturally. It's not going to work though, as he sticks behind Tim just for now.
It hasn't been the most interesting of races.
Nah, agreed. It's not been the greatest of races at all. Could have done better, considering how much Bahrain does do most of the time in real life and in other leagues. If I'm being completely honest, this race has not been the greatest. But D is still just behind Tim. Still a good battle for 5th place. At the moment, nothing's happening though. These two are closing in on each other, but Tim is relatively staying ahead, 5th place. Luckily, quite away from D at the moment. Not really too much trouble. Gavin's 2 seconds behind, so Gavin's trying to catch as well, but you know, don't look like he's going to catch it. I'm a D at the moment, still right behind Tim. And look at this, he's probably going to try and make a move here. Surely, there's 3 tenths between them, and Tim protects the inside line like mad right there. He's going to say, no, I'm not giving you the inside line at all. But what is D going to do? Is he going to try to switch back? It's not going to work again. It still says Tim's on the soft tyres. He's not, he is on hard tyres. DRS open for D. D's had enough. D wants to pass him. Is he going to get it done side by side into this corner? Oh, it could be catastrophic here, but I think Tim has kept the position. And it's very close. I think Tim actually loses a little bit of traction there. They're wheel to wheel through here. This is very close indeed between the two of them, and I think there's a little bit of contact there. And Tim down 6th place, D up to 5th. It's a very, very good move from I'm a D. Maybe a little bit poorly made in that corner, as like you said, he probably squeezed out Tim a little bit. Little bit of a lock up though. I don't know if Tim had DRS. He will have DRS, so hopefully this battle continues. Wario gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. At the moment, there's no real battles going on the track, but these two for 5th place.
Matt is now within 2 seconds of Midnight.
He's catching up to Midnight very slowly, but Midnight's got this race in control at the moment. Your headphones have started to work a bit funny.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, so Tim is still right behind D, but he won't have DRS anymore. If you look at that, he's over a second behind D now, and that's probably not going to be helpful for him. That's beginning to form. It said that for a moment Gavin was in a second, but he's not. What is Tim going to do? Is he going to try and let Gavin pass easily, perhaps? I don't know what the two Redo boys are going to do. See if Gavin can have a go himself.
Of course, Gavin on the fresher hards, 3 lap. Fresher. You're
at this current point, yeah, Dylan's still 12 seconds behind Gavin, so it looks like at the moment Dylan's only receiving a singular point. So right now it is looking very, very good for Midnight. There's a lot of gaps though in the track at the moment. Hopefully we'll get some track action soon. At the moment it's not looking very good at the moment. Matt is closing in on Midnight, so Matt at the moment is trying to set the pace faster than Midnight. Midnight's kind of struggling maybe on these hards perhaps compared to Matt. See how much he closes in though, and see how well he does in these final 9 laps. Look at Matt go. He's closing in on Midnight ever so slowly, but Midnight's keeping a relatively content pace. It's not that he's losing a lot of time. He's not really gaining it though on Matt.
Will Gavin have DRS?
Don't know if he will do. Let's go on board with Gavin. No, he will not have DRS is the answer to your question. Whether he'll close it in on Tim, and look at that, the balls are extremely glitching out there. It just says Gavin was two tenths behind, but obviously he wasn't. At the moment he is almost less than a second than Tim. Still no DRS though for Gavin. Matthew starting to lose time. Dylan is going on to the soft tyres for the last 8 laps. Obviously it looks like Midnight's winning the championship unless anything happens, But Dylan is going for the fastest lap if he hasn't got it already. I believe he has it already though, so probably not what he wanted this race. Probably very disappointed, but he's looking to set the standards and get to the 1 minute 29 as it looks like. Gavin not doing very well at all at the moment. 7/10 though, just behind Tim. Not closing the gap that much, but he probably need to close it a little bit more to make a move on Tim. Two Renaults need to start something because Tim is losing quite a lot of time to D. These two need to figure out what they're going to do soon, so otherwise they're going to lose quite a lot of time to the Red Bull in front. The two Mercedes going strong as well at the moment. Dylan down in 8th. He looks far off the pace well, not far off the pace, but he looks far off with a chance of winning the championship. Matt's 1.4 seconds off. Look at Gavin here. Tim's actually going to battle with it, you know, but I think Tim is going to give up and let Gavin pass here. See what he can do against Imadi in a couple of laps' time and see if he can actually catch up with Imadi in a couple of laps' time. A little bit of desync from the Dutch driver right there, but the two Renaults doing pretty strong.
Back.
Yeah, they are. The two Renaults are fighting right now between the two of them, but maybe trying to do some sort of DRS thing to catch the Red Bull. But right now, it's very close between these two. So at the moment, Gavin just behind him.
Matt loses all his time.
Matt's lost all his time.
Into turn 10.
Oh dear, he was doing very well. He's starting to catch up again, but he was doing very well at one point, closing the gap to almost in a second, but now he's kind of lost that quite a bit at the moment. But Gavin trying to close in on Tim. He probably won't make a move here. Be a bit ambitious if he did. Oh well. Gavin though getting closer, less than a second between the two drivers, 2/10 between them. Really the only action on track at this current point. Tony though is still sticking with Plix, not too far behind. Matt sticking with Midnight, not too far behind. Just no one really catching anyone at this current point. I think Gavin gets a little bit of a better exit. What's he gonna do? And the two Renaults once again. Tim trying to defend the inside line, but not too defensive. Lets Gavin pass. What's Tim gonna do? Because he will have DRS again in the next section. And Gavin's lost the car a little bit there. So this is good for Tim in terms of momentum side of things, and he is going to get the move done as it looks like. What's Gavin going to do? Gavin's probably not going to defend too much. Know that these two are teammates, and they are battling for a high position in the constructors right now. These two have got to be close, but they're very close between each other. Tony is now almost within a second of Plix at the moment, and Dylan sets a 1 minute 28.8, so that just comes to show how quick those softs are compared to the hards. It's just unfortunate that he's nowhere near the championship dogfight at this current point. Matt is now 1.1 seconds behind Midnight, so he's closing and he's closing and he's closing. And is he potentially going to go for his first race win in EPR? What is he going to do? What is Midnight going to do? And who's going to finish the season off as the final race winner?
Matt, of course, messed up in Italy.
He messed up in Italy, indeed.
Ferraris.
But look at him right now. We're going to go on board with him. He's not far behind Midnight at all. He's found a lot more pace than Midnight in the last couple of laps. He's now within a second, actually. It's just unfortunate he hasn't got DRS here. Probably will have DRS in the next DRS section, but it will catch him up a little bit to Midnight. He's braking much later than Midnight as it looks like, and he's caught up quite a bit to Midnight there. See what he does. He's 8/10 between the two drivers. Gavin and Tim have made a move. Tim has actually gone into the pits as well, so whether something has happened between those two, I do not know. But this is the battle for the lead. This is probably the biggest battle on the track. Tim has gone on for the soft tyres. Dylan's going to catch up to him a little bit, but probably not enough to pass him. Matt at the moment less than a second behind Midnight for the race lead at the moment. But at the moment, Midnight wouldn't care less. It's his championship to lose. There's 5 laps to go, and the championship fight is pretty much over unless something drastic happens to Midnight, such as he goes into the pits and goes on soft tyres. And see what happens. Dylan's gone into the pits anyway, so it doesn't look like it will change anything at all. Dylan looks like he's given up, and he just knows that he's fell. he's fell to Midnight, who will be the first ever champ, as it looks like in 5 laps time. But as Matt closes in very dearly at the moment, 3/10 between him and Midnight at the moment. Let's
It's
go.
going badly for Midnight.
It's not really going too badly for Midnight at all. It looks like he's going to win the championship either way. Look at Matt here. Matt's going to try and make a move on Midnight. Midnight's going to defend. Matt's going to have to go around the outside, as it looks like. What's Matt going to do? He's going to try and get his first race win in EPR, as it looks like. Look at that. Look at that. He's caught up to him, tried to do the switchback. Didn't quite work. Look at them side by side. Who has the DRS? No one has the DRS. What's going on there? No one had DRS at all. Matt takes the race lead. But what is Midnight going to do? Is he going to respond, or has Matt just got the pace compared to Midnight? It looks very close with 4 laps to go. At this current point as well, Tony still not catching up to Plix, but not losing time to Plix. I'm a D 1.2 seconds behind. Gavin's made a pit stop for softs as well, so they're all trying to ruin Dylan's days, it looks like, in terms of fastest lap. But Dylan looks like he has it in the bag, as it looks like. But Midnight kind of looks like he is slipping away from his race win in the final race of the season, but he wouldn't care. He is going to be the champion in 4 laps time, like I said, unless anything strange happens, which looks very unlikely right now. But at the moment, Matt doing very well to keep ahead at the moment. He's gone a little bit wide. See what Midnight does. Is Midnight going to close in here? He's going to try and keep close enough so he will hinder Matt. He hasn't got much ERS there, but he has been saving, so should have enough coming onto the straight. See what he's going to do. He's got DRS. Matt covers the inside, so we all know that Matt is going to have to... Sorry, Midnight will have to do it the hard way. Matt goes back to the outside. Midnight is not going to hinder him too much, but he will have DRS into the next DRS section. As he gets through these corners, he's still close with Matt. We'll have DRS here. What's he going to do? Is he going to catch up drastically, or is Matt just going to defend as well? Matt's keeping the open door there, but he does know that Midnight is there, and Midnight is not going to catch up at all to him. But now the pressure is on for Matt, because he's got 3 laps to keep this lead over the championship leader and potentially to be champion at this current point. We've got a battle for 4th as well, which is going to switch it out quickly between the 2 Mercedes there. There's Wario being lapped. Not really the best race from him. But that's not really important too much right now. Tony is still within a second of Plix, so he will have DRS, as it looks like. This is an interesting camera angle, I have to say. We've got 6 viewers again. Viewership is starting to go up again. Not the best viewership for this race, if I have to be honest, but Tony is very close. Dylan makes it even faster lap than he did before. But Tony and Plix very close between the two, and Midnight as well closing in on Matt. Where on earth are these two at? They are on the straight, going to the back straight. This is going to be interesting for the race lead again. Midnight gets a little bit more apex than Matt at the moment, but Matt gets more apex there. But what is going to happen here? Midnight will have DRS here and see what he can do. Matt doesn't defend this time. He lets Midnight pass, but Midnight takes the lead off this race then, with 2 laps remaining. But what's Matt going to do? Matt's going to try the outside. Very close between the two, and Midnight almost hits into the back of him. That could have been disastrous for him indeed. At the moment, no, Midnight has to leave it for Matt, because Matt's going to take the race lead off this race for now. So we see Tony as well close to Plix. What's he going to do? Is he going to try and make a move? This is all or nothing for the Mercedes boys. Tony probably wants a podium. Plix wants a podium. Little bit of nudge, nothing too much more than that. 2 Mercedes boys though very close between each other, and so are the 2 Renault boys. What's going on with them? They're just basically just like practicing overtaking for some reason, as it looks like. EPR Warriors retired for the session. Disappointing race from him tonight, but at the moment the 2 Renault boys are fighting for position, as it looks like, but they're not going to do too much. The 2 Mercedes boys as well fighting for position. What's Plix going to do? Looks like he's going to be able to defend. Back to the race lead then. These 2 are on the back straight as well. Midnight is he's just conserving it there, and so is Matt. Both conserving ERS for the back straight. What's Matt going to do? He's got 2 laps to keep his lead, so he will get a race win in EPR. He's still awaiting it. He got 2nd place in Singapore, I believe. I believe that's probably a lie as well, actually. I believe it may have been Canada. But look at Midnight. Midnight's going to take the race leaders. It looks like no defence from Matt there, but these two are very close. Matt, though, will have the inside, but he'll probably let Midnight pass anyway because it's going to be too risky into there. Yeah, that's probably the reason why as well. You have DRS, and what's he going to do? Going to try and go up the inside. He's got the move done. Now he's just got to keep it. The switchback, though.
Nice.
Oh, and a little bit of touch there, and Matt maybe has to concede position to Midnight there, otherwise it could have just absolutely gone completely wrong for both drivers potentially. Plix is close with Tony as well. Tony's actually got past, actually, I've just noticed. So Tony looks like he may be getting that third position. The two Mercedes boys, I hope they're past I hope Tony's passed, but with no loss of friendship, because these two are the French boys who are very close friends with each other, and hopefully these two have worked well all season to make their team the best at the moment. Wario has left the session, but Midnight still on top at the moment. But Matt wants that first win in EPR in his career. He's 3/10 off. Very, very close between these two drivers, I have to say. Midnight first, Matt in second. There's a lot of gap between second and third, but it's going to be a battle to the line between these two. Plix is in fourth, just behind Tony. But Imadi is a second and a half off Plix. It's unlikely that Imadi is going to ever get near a podium in this race. But let's watch Matt here. Matt, this could be crucial for you, mate. He's got another DRS section coming up. Minty needs to sort out his mic. I can hear myself again. Anyway, Midnight does get a lot more traction out of there, but Matt will have the move done. Live on the inside, little on the outside as well. Midnight contains his position. Matt goes a little bit of a wider line. Doing pretty well though, these two. It's going to be a battle to the line between these two for the final race of the season. And Midnight looks like he is set to take the checkered flag as champion of EPR. He's only got a couple corners to go. This is now going into turn 10, which means that he's got 5 corners to get round, and then he's world champion. He's the first champion, the inaugural champion of EPR. And Matt's made a little bit of a mistake there. Doesn't look like he'll be getting this race win then. So it looks like it's very close between these two. Had to rely on Slipstream. He does have more ERS to depend on, so what's he going to do here? Is he going to have a go at Midnight on this straight, knowing that it's probably going to be more difficult too? Midnight is saving ERS, but he's probably going to boost it up, and he has done. So Midnight defends the inside line. He wants that final race win. He wants the race win on the final race of the season, and it looks like he's going to get it unless Matt gets an absolutely amazing exit. But as it stands, Midnight is the world champion of EPR, the inaugural champion of EPR. Unfortunately for Dylan, it's not been the race of dreams. He is down in 8th place. A disastrous race for him. But your race winner and your champion is VRT Midnight for Season 1. Matt finishes in 2nd place. Tony gets a 3rd place. Plix is down to 5th after probably penalties. Imadi up to 4th. Gavin, he's nowhere to be seen compared to the other guys, but he is going to finish 6th as it looks like, unless Tim can make a move on him. Oh my word, it's very close between these two Renaults all race long. But it looks like Gavin's going to stay 6th place. Tim's going to be 7th. And Dylan all the way down in 8th. Actually, Tim's gone into the pit lane right there. He's got, 5 seconds of penalties there. But Dylan down in 8th place. Not the race he would have wanted. And obviously not the championship finish he would have wanted. Midnight is the champion of EPR. And everyone is saying their well dones now. Congratulations to him. He is the champion of Season 1, and what a finish it was for him and Matt. Very close between the two of them. 3/10 between the two of them. Unfortunately for Matt, he'll have to wait a little longer, as it looks like, to become a race winner in this league. But oh my word, what a end to the race it was between those two, Minty.
Yeah, it was, and that also makes Midnight a 4-time race winner in EPR.
That does indeed. And obviously that also makes him a 1-time world champion, not in just this league but in general as well. I believe he's not won a Drivers' Championship anywhere else, so congratulations, his first ever World Drivers' Championship, adding to what it looks like to be quite a lot more coming. I mean, let's look at him. He's only 13 years of age. He has the potential just to go all the way to the esports, obviously that we saw the other night, we would have seen the other night. He is he is faster than everyone else in this league, as it looks like at this current point. Just narrowly beating out Dylan, but look at him, absolutely enjoying himself, happy that he is the world champion of season 1. So congratulations to him. Congratulations also to Tony and Matt for their podiums tonight. Also congratulations to not congratulations, but well done to all the drivers this season who have done an amazing job this season, especially Dylan, keeping it going all the way to the end. Same with Midnight. Well done to all the drivers that won in season 1, all the drivers that achieved the podium in season 1, and all the drivers that had participated in season 1. So obviously we're going to end this off here, and I want to say thank you to everyone who has had any sort of role at all in this league in the first season. It's been an absolute pleasure commentating you with Catname Minty and just by myself in general. It's been a pleasure to watch this season, and hopefully season 2 can be an absolute classic and better than this one. It's going to be hard to beat, but all I have to say to you now, guys, is good night, and we'll see you next year in 20